Well, today we are here to celebrate the diversity of our community and the pride we have in our residents. Today we celebrate Pride Month in Lexington. First, I want to recognize a few folks who are with us today. With us, we have Jim Gray, former Lexington mayor and current Secretary of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Welcome. I also want to welcome our council members who are with us, and we have several here today. We have Councilmember Hannah Legree, and we are standing right in her district. We have Councilmember Susan Lamb. Where are you? There you are. Councilmember Liz Sheehan. Councilmember Josh McKern. Josh, where did you go? Right there you are. Am I missing any council members? Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds, welcome. Also joining us are Lisa Adkins, President and CEO of Bluegrass Community Foundation, welcome. And BRANDL SKIRVIN, President of JustFundKY, welcome. I'd also like to recognize a few in the crowd with us. Now, where are you? Chris Hartman, Fairness Campaign Rep. Stephanie Ogiya, Lexington Fairness Rep. There you are. John Goman, Regional Vice President of PNC Bank. Jahida Aish. I guess I never said your last name before. Vice President, Client and Community Relations, PNC Bank. Welcome, and welcome to everyone else who's here. We have lots of folks. I see Chief Weathers. We've got lots of people here. Lexington has a strong tradition of embracing fairness and celebrating our diversity. We've had great advocates and leaders such as Deborah Hensley, Judge Ernesto Scorsoni, Tuesday Meadows, Pastor Marsha Morris Charles, and Mark Johnson, and many, many more. Tuesday, I see you here. The hard work put in by our community's many fairness and equality advocates has made a tremendous positive change in our city. During my 8 years as 4th District Council member, 4 years as council member at large, 4 years as vice mayor, and now as your mayor, I've been committed to promoting fairness and working to secure a safe, supportive community for our LGBTQ residents and visitors. In 1999, my first year on council, it was a great honor for me to support our historic fairness ordinance. Lexington, the first to pass a county-wide law in Kentucky protecting LGBTQ individuals from housing, employment, and public accommodation discrimination, took a big step forward, yes. It was controversial, but the absolute right thing to do. I'm proud of my service on council, and there are specifically a few issues during that time that I'm very proud of, and supporting the fairness ordinance is one of them. As vice mayor in 2013, I sponsored action to provide domestic partner benefits to city employees. Again, it was the right thing to do, so we did it. And just last month, Lexington passed a ban on conversion therapy. I was proud to work with council members Susan Lamb and Liz Sheehan to have this important ordinance pass unanimously. There you go. In Lexington, we are protecting our children from the potential danger of conversion therapy. In 2019, Lexington flew rainbow flags on Main Street, a first, as well as a very large rainbow flag hanging in the government center lobby. This was part of a celebration of 20 years of fairness ordinance. At that time, we also dedicated our third historic marker focused on important LGBTQ history. This one tells the story of our fairness ordinance and is located directly in front of the front door of our city hall. Also, in 2019, I appointed the Mayor's Human Rights Campaign Municipal Equality Index Work Group. This is a group of dedicated city and community leaders working to increase our score in the widely known evaluation of how well a city serves and protects its LGBTQ residents. Where's Craig Kamak? He's inside my office, the leader. I'm happy to continue the tradition of having an LGBTQ community liaison in the mayor's office by bringing Craig Kamak into my office. Craig formerly worked with Councilmember Susan Lamb and is also a former chairman of Lexington Fairness. I asked him to focus his energy on working with this group to take positive steps forward, and we already have. In 2013, the first year we were rated, we received a score of 53. In 2020, our score reached the highest it's been, a 95, and the work group has already made important recommendations to increase the score even more. I've already made some needed adjustments, and we look forward to receiving that perfect score of 100 later this year. Although getting a perfect score would be great, it's more than that. It's about our community and how our city is providing support. If a city isn't working for its people, then something has to change. And I've been committed to making those changes in this case for our LGBTQ community members. We are a welcoming city, embracing our diversity. Right here in the heart of the Bluegrass, our community strives to make sure we all have opportunities that we deserve. Our city is focused on making sure all people, no matter your race, gender, age, or who you love, feel safe, that they belong and are accepted. We want you to know you are important to our community. So, when the rain comes, which it is, it often brings a rainbow. And today, it's been raining, and we have a rainbow right at our feet. In 2017, Lexington installed the first set of rainbow crosswalks in the state. At the heart of our town, at the intersection of North Limestone and Short Street, next to our Judicial Center, the crosswalks stand as a symbol of freedom and equality, love and acceptance. In 2019, I was notified that North Limestone would be resurfaced in the future, and part of that would result in the previous rainbow crosswalks being removed. Now, I knew we couldn't go backward, right? And after discussion with our Commissioner of Environmental Quality and Public Works, Nancy Albright, we decided that not only would we keep the rainbow crosswalks, but we would make them even better. The new design we're dedicating today is a full rainbow in all directions of the crosswalk. A design that's not only considered better for motorists, but stronger in our support for our Pride community. We could not do this project without amazing private support. The city budgets the same amount of funds for a crosswalk, and the funding for this one is no different. So, to help make up the difference in cost in installing the new design, We had several great supporters step up and help. In fact, we had nearly 30 donors. At this time, I want to ask Jim Gray to speak for a moment about the new crosswalks and why they're so important. Welcome, Secretary Gray.
Well, thanks, Mayor. And, well, this is Pride Month. So are you all proud of these crosswalks? Yay! I was going to say, Susan, that was an applause line. Thank you. There we go. Or a whoo. Yeah, thank you. And like the mayor said, thanks to the council members who are here today. Always important. I want to dial back just a little bit and talk about what it was like in 2017 to actually put the crosswalks down, the rainbow crosswalks down then. And fortunately, there are several here today who were there then. And, you know, there was nothing casual or easy about putting them down then. In fact, it was not just a bit of a challenge, but a challenge. So I want to thank those who are here who were there then. Kenny Bishop, our first LGBTQ liaison in the mayor's office who preceded Craig. Thank you, Kenny, for being right there and being the advocate when there was pushback. I want to thank Dal Hoskins Squire, who was our Commissioner of Environmental Quality and Public Works. Dal's here today. And she was going to make sure that there was no way that paint could be removed. Now, Kenny, I know Jamie's not here. Of course, Jamie was really, really involved as well. And Lori Houlihan was really, really involved. Now, Lisa, you're going to speak, but you were right there. You were right there holding that baton, and we thank you everlastingly for that. I cannot fail to mention that my partner, Eric Orr, Eric was in Washington and he was in Atlanta, and he would come back to Lexington and he'd say, Jimmy, why in the world don't we have a rainbow crosswalk in Lexington? Because Lexington wants to announce to the rest of the world too, just like these other cities have, that we are a welcoming and inviting and inclusive community that is on the move in a path forward. And that's a big deal. Eric, thanks for your persistence on that. Also, you know, not unexpectedly, there was blowback and pushback. There's always, you know, there's always snipers whenever there's progress. And there's always somebody taking pot shots, and that was the way it was then too, right, Susan? Yep. And fortunately, you know, there was no backing down. Once that paint was down, Dal said, it ain't coming up. There is no chance. Well, there was pushback. You know, we had transportation authorities that were pushing back. And we had others that were pushing back. But at the end of the day, the arc of human history is toward human rights. And that, Tuesday, is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You know, these crosswalks to our community mean so much more than just crossing the street at Limestone and Short. They represent belonging. These crosswalks represent pride and how proud we are of our city, a welcoming and inclusive city. And you know, I was going to say too, when in closing, that, you know, earlier I'd said that there were some objections and some pushback. And there were some authorities that were pushing back, right, Dal? Well, I would say that today, since there's a fella named Pete Buttigieg in Washington, that we might not have to worry about that anymore. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for being out today. Now I think I get Mayor to transfer this, shift it over. Are you going to come back? All right, the Mayor's coming back to shift this over to Hannah Legree. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. Really appreciate it and appreciate the history lesson I've not forgotten. Next, I want to welcome Councilmember Hannah Legree. So Hannah serves as the 3rd District Council member, and we are in her district today, and I'd like to invite her to the podium to speak. Hannah?
All right. Hello, everybody. Let me move this up. All right, that's a little better. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here and to join you as we inaugurate the City of Lexington's new Rainbow Crosswalk. I'd like to thank Mayor Gorton and the city crew involved with rebuilding this functional and beautiful statement of inclusivity here in downtown Lexington. And I'd also like to thank our former mayor, Jim Gray, and all of the people involved in the original planning and creation of this project back in 2017. It took vision to paint this rainbow for the first time, and it means so much to be here today, refreshing the colors. Yes, it is vibrant and cool, but most importantly, our Rainbow Crosswalk is a true representation of our city's commitment to inclusivity. Not just now or 22 years ago when the Fairness Ordinance was passed, but throughout so much of Lexington's history. Of course, June is Pride Month, and it's a time when we celebrate diversity within our community in all of its forms. And I am so thrilled that we are here in the heart of downtown, painting our rainbow brighter than ever. This crosswalk is emblematic of our community, a place that we hope will be welcoming to all. And as city leaders, we must carry our values forward and build on our history. We have the responsibility to value and invest in the diversity of our city, to ensure a future where all members of our community will thrive. This means taking steps so that people can live, work, and pursue their dreams with dignity and respect, regardless of their background, orientation, or identity. So here we are. We're finally at a time when we can come together in person and celebrate. And I hope that everybody here is having and will continue to have a great Pride Month. And I really encourage you to support local LGBTQ organizations, businesses, and community groups to help keep the momentum going and help champion Pride always in all its forms. And also, I want to share, I'm really looking forward to joining all of you back here in a few months in downtown to celebrate the official Pride Festival here in September. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Funding for this project could not have happened without the support of the Bluegrass Community Foundation and the formation of the Rainbow Fund. Joining us today from BGCF is CEO and President Lisa ADKINS. Lisa, I'd like to welcome you to the podium to say a few words.
Good morning. Good morning. Mayor, thank you so much. Bluegrass Community Foundation is honored to be part of today's dedication of Lexington's new Rainbow Crosswalk. At the Community Foundation, we are committed to creating a more generous, vibrant, engaged, and equitable Lexington, and the Rainbow Crosswalk speaks to all facets of our mission at the Community Foundation. The Rainbow Crosswalk is a terrific example of the power of small-scale public-private partnership. This project resulted from the commitment of city funds, a grant from Bluegrass Community Foundation, a grant from a corporate partner, PNC Bank, so thank you for that, and funding from the Rainbow Fund, a charitable fund organized at the Community Foundation by community donors, large and small, who contributed between $5 and $5,000, as well as the Just Fund Endowment, also at the Community Foundation, all of that making today possible. Building greater generosity is at the core of what we do because we know so much more is possible when we invest together for our community. We are grateful for the participation of so many charitable givers, and so many of you are here today, so thank you. Representation matters, and the importance of seeing ourselves reflected in the community where we live, work, and play is critical. The development of equitable green spaces and public places is one of the pillars of the Community Foundation's work. Projects that we've touched include the Legacy Trail, Isaac Murphy Memorial Art Garden, Town Branch Commons, Town Branch Park, Charles Young Park, Tandy Centennial Park, and more. The purpose of all of that is to create a more inclusive and equitable community where everyone feels welcomed. The new Rainbow Crosswalk is another signpost of welcome to our LGBTQ neighbors and friends. Bluegrass Community Foundation and its community of donors are honored to participate and thank the city and all of you for your leadership.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Last but never least, I'd like to ask BRANDL SKIRVIN, President of JustFundKY, to join us. This project was granted support from Just Fund, and we are very thankful for the patience as we worked to finish the crosswalks. BRANDL, welcome.
Never leaves. Good morning. Thank you very much, Mayor, and thank you for allowing me to be here today. We're very excited to be part of the dedication and the commitment to this crosswalk. I think this speaks volumes about our city's commitment to diversity and inclusivity. I bring you a thank you from our board. None of them could be here today, unfortunately, but we're very pleased to be a part of this project. And again, thank you to all who helped make this possible.
Thank you so much, BRANDL. Again, I want to wish everyone a happy Pride Month. I'm so proud of the commitment of our community, the commitment that we have placed on fairness and equality. And I'm happy to have been able to be a small part of that along the way. Now let's open up these crosswalks. We have a rainbow ribbon to cut, and then we'll take a stroll over the rainbow. Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Yay!